According to the job board, there are currently over 50,000 job openings for software testing in the tech industry. Whether you are trying to change your career or simply want to start one, TechFiles can help you get into the IT industry. TechFiles has worked with the various professionals currently working in the IT industry to design career-driven curriculum that can help you land a job upon graduation. So, what is SDET, or Software QA Automation Testing? SDET, Software Development Engineer and Test, or simply Full Stack Automation Tester, is a quality assurance engineer who can manually perform the user actions or write logical code to validate the functionalities and the usability of an application. An enterprise-level application is built with front-end, middle tier, and back-end. When you train with TechFiles to become an automation engineer, you will be taught with the latest technology that hiring managers are looking for in potential employees. Our instructors guide you as you start from the basics of understanding the theoretical perspective of software testing lifecycle to your progression as you learn about manual testing, SQL for data validation, and learn to code with Java for testing front-end application with Selenium. You will also be learning to test the middle tier with Postman, SOAP UI, and Rest Assured. In addition to being part of this excellent learning platform, TechFiles' Career Development Center assists you with resume building and interview preparation. So when the time comes, you will be ready to face the technical interviews and receive multiple job offers. Visit techfiles.com to enroll and get started. You can also be a part of this rewarding tech industry. No prior experience needed. Call TechFiles 800-666-8704. Get trained. Get hired.
Hey Adnan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Shaz. How you doing?
I'm good. So today we are going to talk about attitude over skill, right? So so can you talk about it? Like, what is the importance about like attitude over skills?
Well, yeah, I think there's a misconception, especially from the DASA community, right? Where we all come from, is that merit is what always sells, right? Merit is what gets you a job or, increases your career growth. But it's not always merit, right? At the end of the day, especially in the United States, there's a different standard for advocacies when it comes to getting a job, right? And that job is, you know, your attitude, right? And what does that mean? That means that not only from perspective of how well you sell yourself, that's one part of it, but the main parts of it is the people that you're going to work with, the person that's going to hire you. Do they find you somebody who has good communication skills? Do they find you to be somebody who has a great personality? Do they find you to be somebody who is capable of doing the work that's being presented to you, right? And because at the end of the day, anyone can learn a new skill set. Anybody can learn IT. Anybody can learn how to code. Anybody could learn how to do automation engineering or DevOps. Anybody can do it. We have the perception that it's very difficult or you need some talent, but it's not. At the end of the day, it's monkey's work. Anybody could do it, but it's hard to train somebody to have a new attitude. So these are things that you have to come in with from the beginning, especially before you go in the interview. That when you're presenting yourself, you need to show yourself to that person that, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, you're going to enjoy working with me. That at the end of the day, I'm somebody who, no matter what you throw at me, I'm going to take a step back, assess it, and be able to do it in the future, or learn how to do it if I don't know how to do it right now. Right? So those are things that most hiring managers are looking for. Because we all know, because I've been working as a hiring manager for the last 3 years, I know that whatever work that needs to get done, I can teach my employees to do it. But their approach to it is something that's harder for me to teach. Their ability to assess it is harder for me to teach. Their willingness to do the work is harder to teach, right? And those are things that you need to present on the get-go when you go into an interview. So attitude is really important. And from the DAISY community especially, if you look at the way we see the merits of technical work, and versus the hierarchy and structure of what we need to sell when we go into interview, It's totally wrong. Okay. At the end of the day, it's your likability that's what's going to get you a job. All right. And here at Tech Files, that's what we kind of focus on, making sure we grow, right? We make sure that we give you the information you need. We give you the real life examples and experiences that you need to be able to strengthen your attitude, to be able to be marketable.
So Adnan, so what is the importance about attitude, like when you are doing the interview, right? So can you talk about this, like while you are doing the interview, what is the importance about the attitude?
I mean, the importance of attitude is that, remember, like I'll give you an example. I was doing an interview for a project manager once. My manager told me, "Hey, can we need to hire a few project managers. I need you to start interviewing people." So I did an interview for a project manager, and when I interviewed him, I had a list of my questions, and he answered every single one of my questions properly. Everything was right. It was an hour interview. And when I was done with the interview, my manager asked me, "So, how do you do? Do you want to hire him?" And I'm like, "He did great. He knew everything. So we're hiring him then, right?" That's what he asked me. And I'm like, "No, we're not hiring him." He's like, "What? You just told me he did great. He answered all your questions and etc." And I'm like, "Yeah, he did. He knew everything. He was very knowledgeable. But for that hour that I interviewed him, I felt annoyed." What does that mean? I'm annoyed, right? He overextended his speaking. He said too much. Some things that I didn't want to hear, even though they were all right. That's great, but he talked too much, right? That's something as simple as that. And we're thinking, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. He knows everything. Yeah, to you it may make sense because you're thinking it from a testing perspective, right? That, hey, I'm interviewing this person, I'm testing him on his knowledge, but that's not all I'm testing him on, right? Because at the end of the day, if he annoyed me for an hour and at the end of the day I hired him and he works with me for 8 hours a day, is he going to annoy me 8 hours of the day? If he does, then I'm going to have a horrible day, right? It's just something as simple as that. That if I don't feel like working with this person, I may not want to hire that person, right? So, presenting yourself in a very positive manner, showing your willingness, knowing when to say too much and when not to say too much is really important, right? And if you're not able to catch on to these things, it's going to be really difficult for you to get a job, especially in the United States. Because, like I said, the etiquettes here are different. People are not just looking at skill sets. You can literally do poor on your experience of skill set, but still get a job based on exceeding on your attitude and your personality.
So it is very important to showing the attitude, right? So um okay.
You got anything else for me, Shaz?
No, I think we are good. So we learned a lot about it. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think what I want people to understand is that when you join Tech Files, right? It's not just from an angle of, hey, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna take this course and you're gonna learn how to do Java, you're gonna learn how to do API testing and etc. and all these things, or DevOps or whatever it is we're training you on, right? It's not just that that's important, right? And that's not all we're training you on. At the end of the day, the instructors are bringing in their real life experiences, right? Can you mute yourself, Shots? There's a background noise. So, the instructors are bringing in their real life experiences, right? And they're doing it for you to understand and pick up that, hey, you know what? What's important, what's not. What do you need to understand? What you not to understand. These are things that you'll never learn 1, 2, 3, right? These are things that you have to experience, and because you don't have the experience, you won't be able to do so. So instructors are bringing in their experiences, so you can absorb that experience and relay it into your next interview and relay it into your next job. Okay. Other than that, I'm good, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shaz.
all right, thank you, Adnan. So we are here to help you guys. Like we are Tech Files. Like if you want to reach out to us, like please call us Our number is 800-666-8704. So, and that is our phone number, and our website is techfiles.com. So please call us if you have any question. So we are here 24/7 to answer your question. Thank you, guys. And this is Shaz from one of the TechFast admin. So my extension is 700. Like when you call the 800 number, you can dial 700 extension. Like if you want to talk to me, and Adnan's extension is like
Oh, don't
702.
give my extension.
That's all right, Adnan. So yeah, so they can reach out to you if they have any question. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Have a great day.